While the socialists keep stirring their crazy sauce, on the other side, you have Republicans in Congress who are racing against the clock to do something, anything, before the August recess that doesn't blow out the budget.
Incremental progress today. House Republicans passing a rule merging the Save America Act with the National Security and State Department funding bill. That does two things. First, it unfreezes the House floor, ending the internal rebellion that has lasted since the beginning of June, meaning debate on key GOP bills can begin again. Second, it gives the Senate another avenue to get moving and grooving on the Save America Act, which was a demand of House Republican hardliners today before they agreed to pass this rule.
So what's it going to be, senators? Our next guest says no way his chamber should be leaving for vacation until they pass the Save America Act. Florida Senator Rick Scott joins us now. First, Senator, thank you and 4 other Republican senators for voting against the housing bill. Had to thank you in person. Even though it went into law, President didn't sign it that way. Does the Save America Act, as Brian was pointing out, does it need to be inserted into, say, a Reconciliation 3.0, which or into a spending bill for it to pass in the Senate? Because so far, the Save America Act has not received more than 48 votes in the Senate, so it even couldn't pass if you got rid of the filibuster, blew up the filibuster.
Well, we actually got 50 votes for the House version of the Save America Act, two less votes for the Senate version, which included some other things. Still, that made all the sense in the world. So here's what's fascinating. Republicans, Democrats, Independents all across the country. I was home the last 2 weeks. I talked to people all around my state. They want the Save America Act. The only people that don't are elected Democrats. And elected Democrats don't want it because they want fraud. You saw what happened to Spencer Pratt, where they paid people on Skid Row to vote for Karen Bass. That's what they want. So I think we ought to do exactly what the House is doing. Do everything. Attach it to a spending bill. Attach it to the National Defense Authorization Act. Take pieces of the bill, just like we should vote on, can we just pass voter ID? Can we just pass, you have to be an American citizen to vote? Whatever we can pass, we ought to do it. So we ought to spend the time. It's the most important issue, not just to the president, it's to people all across this country. And it's a bipartisan, positive issue. So let's get it done. We have to work 7 days a week.
Yeah, I really like your idea of, although it's not really novel, working 5 days a week. That sounds good because most of the people you represent work 5 days a week. And this whole August recess thing, I mean, I like August. I take a few days off in August. But an August recess, to me, makes no sense when that's a critical time of the year to get legislation done. Can you convince your colleagues to work 5 days a week and maybe not do an August recess if it means, you know, enacting the will of the American people?
We have to. We have to pass the Save America Act. So if that means we have to be here all of August, even though Democrats will block it, I believe if we spend the time to get it passed, we'll get it passed. On top of that, the Democrats want to shut down government October 1. So we're going to have to, in my opinion, we're going to have to stay here to make sure that doesn't happen. Because they voted today against the National Defense Authorization Act. They voted against the U.S. military having the necessary weapons and everything they need to be able to defend this country. The Democrats in bloc voted against it. So we've got to stay here if we have to, all through August, all through September, we should work the rest of the year. I'm a business guy. In business, you're in business every day. You work every day. Those people work 5 days a week. Business guys, we had to work every day of the week to try to have success.
Well, Senator, I was going to ask you about that they shut down the National Defense Authorization Act, the Democrats did today. So they refused to fund our military as they refused to fund security for the homeland earlier in the year. And this is at a time when the naval blockade against Iran officially went back into effect at 4 p.m. today. Will that change the equation on whether it's the Defense Authorization Act or even additional funding that might be in a reconciliation package?
Well, of course, you'd have to ask the Democrats. Every Republican, we support it. But I don't think it's going to change. I think, the Chuck Schumers are so afraid of AOC and the socialist Democrats that they're going along with all these crazy ideas that they have, defunding the military, defunding law enforcement, free everything under the sun. So if you look at socialism, it always ends up in a government dictating everything and have to kill people to stay in power. That's what happens everywhere in the world, right? And I don't want it to happen in this country.
Senator, real quick, we've got a renewed war with Iran now, and it looks like it's focused on the Strait of Hormuz. In other words, Project Freedom 1.0 maybe has become Project Freedom 2.0, getting ships through. Are we going to see that through? Are we committed to opening up the strait for friendly oil to get through and Iranian oil to stay put?
Absolutely. First off, I want to thank this president. He did something no other president would do. He is making sure Iran does not have a nuclear weapon. He's going to stop Iran from killing American citizens, which they've done for 47 years. On top of that, he's going to make sure that oil can get through the strait, all right, so we can keep our economy and the world economy going. So I applaud what the president's doing. It's a difficult job. The Iranian regime has got to be changed. Probably it's the only way we're going to get a change there. I don't think they're going to come to their senses, but this president's going to stick it out.
Senator Rick Scott, great to see you, sir.
Thank you.
Always.
Take care. Bye-bye.